The Best Man is the only book I ever wrote on the basis of legislation. You never know where the next idea is coming from. My favorite place in and out of books is the past. And it stands still. The past is a fly on amber, the present is a bird on the wing. And yet I had to write a book that takes place in the 21st century because of the legislation. I started it on that day in June with the encouragement of my editor when same-sex marriage was implemented in the state of Illinois, my home state. And so this is very much an Illinois story and therefore a Cubs Wrigley Field story. And this is my luck. When did they win the World Series? 1908. So they're beautiful losers in my book. What happened the day after? They owe me more than they can ever pay. I will reveal a scene from the Wrigley Field setting. And so I wanted to write a book, and my editor wanted me to write a book on this issue for grade school readers, because I had a feeling they hadn't heard about it at school. I had a feeling it wasn't on the standardized test. I had a feeling it wasn't in the textbook now, or maybe in my lifetime. And I had a feeling that they were getting all their information about same-sex marriage from Modern Family. And I have a feeling there are teachers out there who do not know about this legislation. So I wrote a book to address grade school kids, not junior high, who am I kids, not high school angst, but a kid living in childhood. The first book, the story is told by a boy. In my work, it always turns out to be a story about his relationship with his dad. I have no control over this. One day he just walks away from me and goes to bed. I think dad is the first place a boy looks for his manhood. And I wrote it in the clear understanding that too many boys don't have that figure in their lives. And you don't get it later, you get it then, or you don't get it. But that wasn't what I wanted to write about. I wanted to write about same-sex marriage. Still, the boy said, I'll get back to you, but I'm going to dad now. So we'll see how that will work. He's looking for role models, and in the way of a kid, he's looking to grown men who have already proved their role modeling. In high school, his role model will be somebody perilously as callow as himself, but a year older. But in childhood, they can jump over all of it and look at me and look for it. So he has 4. I wanted this to be a novel without angst, without negativity. Can't be done. You must have conflict. But it's not going to be between the father and the son, because in my works it rarely is. But he has 4 role models, and one is his grandfather. And right then I realized this wasn't going to be a comedy, because he was going to die. That's the first death you often have, the death of a grandfather. A father, an uncle whom he venerates, and the best teacher ever to have walked in that school, Mr. McLeod. And then this is a story about his finding that Mr. McLeod and his uncle are a couple. And nobody's quite got around to him about this until the pivotal, this is the epiphany scene. Dad, I said, do all Grandpa's ashes have to go into the cemetery plot? We were stopped at a light. What do you have in mind, Dad said. I'm thinking maybe you and I and Uncle Paul could take a little bit of Grandpa, maybe a handful, and scatter him on Wrigley Field. He liked it being there. He always did. The light changed. It's probably not legal, Dad said. No, I said, but we could probably get away with it. Down in the garage, we shook about a tablespoon of ashes into an envelope. Dad sealed the flap with Scotch tape and handed the envelope to me. No, he said, you and your Uncle Paul can take it from here. He screwed the lid back on the urn and left a quarter turn for me to do. Are we going to tell Grandma that Grandpa's not all here? You want to tell her? I said, not really. Uncle Paul picked an away day for the Cubs for our visit. It was one of those days with the lake breeze rattling the ivy on the Wrigley Field walls and summer slipping away. We came out of the dark of the concession area, and there it was, blue sky, green infield, diamond opening like a fan. One of the perfect places of this world. It was pretty much all ours, so nobody especially noticed when I leaned out of the stands and poured an envelope with something onto the field. Play ball, Grandpa, I said, and we strolled on. Now we were up in the center field bleachers under the scoreboard. We had on sunscreen and our Cubs caps. It's better without a game, Uncle Paul said. I was a little groggy with the sun, but I said, should we be sad about Grandpa? No. Who wouldn't want the life he had, Uncle Paul said. It fit him like a glove. Also, I said, I think Dad wanted to give us a little time to talk, you and me. What about, do you suppose, Uncle Paul said. Search me, I said. Maybe he wanted to talk about my teacher, Mr. McCloyd, being gay. Maybe your dad wanted us to talk about me being gay, Uncle Paul said. Whoa. The sun stopped at the top of the sky. You knew I was gay, right? Uncle Paul sat up, pushed his ball cap back. Sure, I said. I guess. Not really. No! Should we have talked this over before? Uncle Paul said, but your mom and dad are so not into pigeonholing people. Were we all being so liberal we left you out? Mr. McCloyd told us about people who will write their fears on your face. That's good, Uncle Paul said. You have to be ready for people like that. My head was still kind of whirling. Grandpa, Dad, Uncle Paul, Mr. McCloyd. Those were the four I wanted to be. Uncle Paul, do you think I might be gay? I don't know, he said. Do you moisturize? And where do you stand on exfoliation? What's sexy? And you didn't pick that shirt yourself, did you? Tell me you didn't. Uncle Paul, you're kidding me, right? I'm half kidding, he said. One more thing, I said. You love men, right? I love one man, Uncle Paul said. And it didn't have an ending, so I went to Prague. She made me write the ending.
It's a really good ending. Questions for our amazing authors?